Hey, welcome to the Black Knight Nation podcast. I'm your host, Sal Interdonato. The Black Knight Nation podcast is brought to you by Higher Echelon. We appreciate Higher Echelon sponsoring this podcast, and we're happy to bring you a special guest today, Jalen Rucker of the Army men's basketball team. The men's basketball team's on a roll. They've won 5 games in a row. They're 11-8. They have more wins than they had last season. They're 5-2 in conference, and they have a big game coming up Sunday at Crystal Arena at West Point against rival Navy. We're going to talk all that stuff with Jalen Rucker right now. Jalen, thanks so much for joining us this afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Maybe to start off, maybe you could talk about the season so far for you guys. I mean, you guys seem to be on a roll. Yet last night you play at Holy Cross, you win by 5. You're a little banged up. You couldn't go, but your teammates picked up the slack, so to speak, right? I look at that game. I was listening to that game on the radio. I'm like, just the efforts of the guys, right? Every guy that was in there was giving you a contribution. Just talk about the start for you, where you guys are at right now in the season so far.
I think we're in a good spot. I've been playing Army basketball for the last 4 years. I don't know if we've ever won 5 games in a row, especially in conference. So I think that's just a testament to the work that the coaches are doing, preparing for every game, and then just the overall team effort. As you saw last night, I was out with an ankle injury, and you saw Blake get double-digit rebounds, Ryan and Josh just being the best players on the floor for 40 minutes and really propelling us to that win. So just really a team effort last night. Guys stepped up when we needed them to, and just glad we got the win. But I think we're in a really good spot moving forward in conference.
I was thinking about this in all my years that I've covered Army sports and I followed Army basketball. The options that you have this year, with Ryan being a 3-point shooter, with Josh being that kind of 4, that stretch 4, that slasher, with you being a scorer, with Blake, he's probably the intangible guy, right?
Yep. Yeah.
And AJ's really picked up. AJ Allen Specs really picked up his game inside, right? He's becoming a force inside.
Yes,
I mean, I don't know how you feel. I know you've been at West Point for the time you have. I mean, is this as much options that you feel like you've had on maybe both ends this year, in your career?
I wouldn't go that far, but I just think like this team, I think we really mesh well together. We kind of really put an emphasis on doing our job, knowing our role. And then I think with me, Ryan, and Josh, like any given night, one of us can be the leading scorer. I think we play pretty well off each other. And I think we're all just focused on winning. I think we understand the task at hand. We all are on the same page as far as trying to make history this year in terms of Army basketball, and we're really committed to that goal. So just with Coach keeping us in the right mindset, and then us as players just going out there trying to execute, play as hard as we can, and be the toughest team and kind of let the chips fall where they may. I think that's what's given us some success.
No doubt. I mean, I think that last night at Holy Cross really said a lot about the team. Jumped up to about a 15-point lead. Holy Cross cut it very close, and the team was able to fight it off. I mean, what was your perspective from watching that game unfold, kind of watching it from the sidelines, so to speak?
On the sidelines, I was just trying to be the best cheerleader I could be for the guys. Just trying to emphasize, remaining level-headed throughout the ups and downs of the game. I felt pretty confident that we were going to be able to get the win if we just played hard enough and made the plays that we needed to make down the stretch. So I was really just having fun watching those guys go out there and do what they do, and lead us to victory.
What's it like for you this year to kind of be back playing basketball? I know last year you took a step away.
Yes, sir.
What was that like being away from the game? I bet you knowing your play, your level of play, you probably missed the game a lot. Talk to me a little bit about what last year was like, and then getting back to it this year with your teammates.
Last year was definitely tough. But this year, I'm just kind of have a new perspective. I've always been saying since I got back, I'm just happy to be here, happy to have this opportunity. Extremely grateful for Coach, allowing me to get back into the rotation, and extremely grateful to Ryan and Josh. They were kind of the main guys last year, and they just took me in with open arms and, allowed me to do what I do, and we worked together pretty well. So No, I'm just extremely grateful for the opportunity. It's my last year playing in an Army uniform, so I just try not to take it for granted. Try to, you know, be the best I can be in practice, be the best leader I can be for the team, and then when it's game time, just try to make winning plays.
Did you have to kind of work your way back up? I mean, do you have to work your way up? I know football has depth charts. Did you have to do that when you came back? Did you have to earn your place, so to speak?
Yeah, most definitely. We're a talented team. Sometimes it's only the 5 to 8 guys that are contributing on a daily basis for us. But we have a really talented team, and there was definitely some things I had to work through. Didn't play basketball at the Division I level for a year, so just getting back in a groove, getting back in shape, um, mindset wise. There was a lot of things that went into it, but all my teammates and coaches really helped me through that. Watching film, spending extra time in the gym. Um, so yeah, it was definitely an adjustment period, but I think I'm right where I need to be now.
Yeah, when you were not playing for Army, were you still in the gym shooting up shots, or did you kind of take a full step away from basketball?
No, I was still around the game. It's just a lot different from Division I level, the everyday grind of that, and then to what I was doing. So no, I was still around the game, but yeah, just not the same, I guess.
Gotcha. Real quick on your recruiting story, like how do you end up at West Point? Can you walk us through that? I know you probably told the story a couple times, but
Yeah.
you know,
So yeah, one of our old coaches, Coach Ben Wilkins, he recruited me the summer of my junior year. Reached out to me, I think, via social media. We got in contact. And then my high school coach, Coach Bartz from the Gilman School, he really was kind of pushing for me to go to West Point. He's a Navy guy, just by family. And once he kind of found out that Coach Wilkins had got in touch with me, he kind of pushed me in the right direction to, I guess, figure out what West Point was about. And Coach Wilkins and Coach Allen really kept me close. I took my visit. Coach Wilkins came down to have dinner with my family at the start of my senior year, and it was kind of a wrap from there. I was all the way in.
were you offered by any other Division I schools, or?
No, Army was my only Division I offer at the time. So,
Hmm. And that's kind of where you played high school basketball. Is that a little bit of Navy country or not really?
a little bit. I probably live around like 45 minutes away from Annapolis. A lot of people from my high school did end up going to the Naval Academy, not for basketball, but for other things. But yeah, Baltimore is just a hotbed for basketball. It's really competitive.
Sure.
MIAA is a really competitive league, so it was tough to get my shot. But once I did, I didn't look back.
Is there anybody in high school that you played against that is now very high level in college or even playing in the NBA? Did you match up against anybody?
Yeah, Emmanuel quickly. He went to John Carroll. He plays for the Toronto Raptors. Jalen Smith. He went to Mount St. Joe. I think he plays for the Bulls now. So there's a few NBA guys and a lot of overseas guys sprinkled in with the guys that I went to high school with.
I guess it's always a dream to play basketball at the highest level. Growing up, was that kind of your sport? Did you play anything else, or was basketball it for you?
No, I was strictly basketball. My dad played basketball in college, and he's still coaching to this day. So I was kind of just always around basketball. Fell in love with it at a young age, and as I got older, I really just wanted to go to college for free and just have the best college career I could have. I know the NBA is every kid's dream at one point, but as I got a little bit older, I just was like, I just want to go to college, be the best college player I can be, make sure my parents don't have to pay for college, and just enjoy that experience.
Where did your dad play college basketball?
My dad played at Morgan State in the late '90s, Morgan State University.
Yeah, gotcha. So, I mean, it's like you said, it's kind of brilliant to you. So then, when you start at West Point, kind of when the journey begins, you kind of have success early in college, right? I mean, was that kind of could you have expected that at first, or what was that like?
Honestly, no. Ironically enough, I found one of my journals from Beast, and I was writing in there like, I just hope I can get on the court once this is over. I hope I'll get some playing time. Maybe 15 minutes. Just hope I can prove to the coaches that I'm ready for this. And also credit to Coach Thorson. I spent a year at the prep school under him, and he really kind of helped me develop my game for college and what that looks like. So a lot of what you see now is because of what he taught me, 4 or 5 years ago. But yeah, no, I didn't know I was gonna have success early. Tommy Funk was a great point guard, and he was the point guard before I came in, and so that was some big shoes to fill. But I think I'm doing an all right job so far.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I remember Tommy. You're doing a great job.
Yeah.
How about this season when you coming back? Just the results. I think you've been this past Monday, fourth time you've been named Patriot League Player of the Week. I
Yep.
mean, it seems like it's come back to you pretty fast on the court. You know, what can you say about just the way you've been performing this season so far? I mean, you're leading the conference in scoring and stuff. You've been that kind of you've been exactly what the team has needed, so to speak.
Yeah, I think it's all just a part of God's plan. You know, just trusting in God, having faith. I definitely think I was struggling a little bit early on in the summer and in the fall, just trying to get back into a groove. But you know, one thing my dad always says is like hard work is a substitute for everything, for your doubts, for your struggles. Just got to work a little bit harder, work even that much harder to get where you want to be. So I think it's just a testament to those two things: my faith and then just hard work.
Watching you play earlier in your career, it seems like you've always had a knack for making the big shot when needed, and you did hit. Was it against Boston University where you hit the buzz, the late shot?
Lafayette.
Lafayette, my fault,
Yeah.
Lafayette. I mean, what goes through your mind with that? It's like you want the ball in that situation, right? And then to make the shot is saying taking it to the next level, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, I honestly, I just want to win. You know, I think I've been fortunate enough to achieve individual accolades throughout my career. Um, but now, you know, I just want to win. So whatever I need to do to win, whether that's get rebounds, guard the best player, set up Ryan and Josh, or ultimately, you know, score the ball. I just want to win. So in that situation, you know, I just trust my training, trust the work that I've put in. Probably taking that shot thousands of times in an empty gym when no one's there. So just having the confidence and the trust to knock it down.
Real quick before the game coming up on Sunday against Navy, do you get a lot as a cadet at West Point? Do you get a lot of time for taking extra shots up? Can you come up like super early in the morning and do that like other Division I players, or what's that like for you? And how many do you like to get up, like say extra?
So yeah, it definitely varies just depending on your schedule. And you know, West Point is very academically demanding. Demands a lot of your time just for a lot of other things. So you definitely have to plan around it. But I mean, if you want it, you can do it. It's achievable. I know first semester I was waking up before formation like 5:30, going to the gym like 3 times a week. That was before the season started. And now it's more so just like after practice, staying extra. It doesn't take much, you know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, maybe just sacrificing a little bit of video game time later on. But it doesn't take much. You just got to really, really plan for it. And then once you got the opportunity, just go out there and work as hard as you can.
Yeah, and I know that last night at Holy Cross, I know you probably tested. You warmed up trying to play.
Yeah.
Battling a little bit of an injury, but now you have the Navy. You have your rival game coming in on Sunday. How do you feel? I'm guessing that there's no way you're going to miss that game, but maybe you could tell us about leading up to the game and how do you expect to play and what you expect from a game like that. I know their games are usually close, they're usually hard fought. What can we expect from you on Sunday?
Yeah, I'm definitely hoping to play. I'm just battling a sprained ankle right now that happened at the end of the Boston game. But no, definitely hoping to play. I don't know how many times I've played Navy, but I think this is my last time playing Navy at home. So just trying to remember that it's just, I know we're playing Navy and it's a rivalry game, and obviously we want to win, but it's just another game, another Patriot League game. We have to prepare how we've been preparing these last couple games, make sure we really understand the game plan, make sure everybody's on the same page, and then go out there and execute. But no, I'm definitely excited for this game. They've got a pretty good team this year. I'm looking forward to keeping the win streak going.
Yeah, and just I guess with the way coming back this year and having the team have success, the goals for the team is a little bit more than just beating Navy, I'm guessing, right? I mean, can you tell us like what you and the team would like to accomplish? I know we're kind of almost in the middle of the conference season, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, ultimately, we just want to be playing our best basketball in March once the Patriot League tournament starts. Um, we've used our lessons from the non-conference and then the lessons that we've been learning throughout this conference season just to kind of ultimately grow into the best team we can once March starts and hopefully win the Patriot League tournament. That's our goal.
No doubt, no doubt. Jalen, thanks so much for joining us today. We really appreciate it. All the best against Navy on Sunday and the rest of the season. And I wish you all the best success the rest of the way. Thanks so much, Jalen.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, absolutely.